Hello everyone. So the next topic which we will be discussing here is about the endangered species. So what are endangered species? So endangered species, they are the ones who are at higher risk of or threat of getting extinct. So there are numerous factors which are including the natural, the man-made ones, which is leading to the shortage of their number. So this is what is the endangered species which are at the verge of the extinct species. So let's discuss more about this. So the extinct endangered species can be defined as those which are under the risk or threat of extinct. In other words, species which are about to extinct. So species that was earlier native to a region and its population in that region then reduced rapidly, that is known as an endangered species. So this is the overall definition of what is endangered species. So a species that was earlier native to a region and its population, that is known as the endangered species, UCM. They made a red list containing all the endangered plants and animals. So there is also a red data book that the Russian Federation established, and it also serves the same purpose at the red list. So these are some of the animals which are at the urge of extinction. So they come under the endangered species. So they are penguin, the lion, the giant panda, the polar bear, the whale shark, the mandarin. So they all come under the endangered animals or endangered species. So these are some of the examples of the endangered species. The next is about that what are the factors that basically affect the endangered species. So an endangered animal or a plant, it is being affected by several factors which includes the hunting, habitat loss, climatic changes, disease, population, deforestation and other natural and human-made calamities. So currently, the rate of extinction is also rapidly growing, and most of them are due to the effects of human activities like the industrialization and the deforestation. So the current status also shows that around one-fourth of all the mammals are endangered. So this is the current data which is showing that one-fourth of all the mammals are endangered. These not only affect the ecological balance and the values but are also affecting economically, legally and ethically. So there are several species that are the source of food and medicines are endangered, which is adverse for the entire world. So there is a growing need for conservation to reduce the endangered animals list and plant list and entries. So restoring the habitat is the main objective of conservation, and various awareness programs are thus thriving with the critical agenda being the importance of protecting the wildlife. So there are several governmental and non-governmental organizations which are stepping towards for the cause. So the loss of habitat and genetic variations are two critical reasons for a species becoming endangered. So now, what are the two factors here? The loss of habitat and the genetic variation loss. Now, first we will be discussing about the loss of habitat. So the loss of habitat. So here I have given the example of a dinosaur. So this phenomenon can occur naturally. The loss of habitat phenomenon can occur naturally. For example, around 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs lost their habitat. So there was a Cretaceous period. What is that? So this is a Cretaceous period, which quickly changed mainly due to an asteroid striking the Earth. So the asteroid left an impact on debris and forcing them into the atmosphere and reducing the heat and light amount reaching the Earth's adapt for the dinosaurs. So they become endangered and ultimately they extinct. So human activities here also contribute to the habitat loss, like the housing, development, industrialization, agriculture. So all the developments require land and thus lead to deforestation and loss of habitat. So sometimes development is also the direct cause of habitat loss. There are several flora species which get endangered and extinct with the deforestation, and several fauna species which get endangered and extinct when they lose their habitat and living and eating resources due to the deforestation. So habitat loss might also occur as the development increases. So there are several species which have huge ranges. The mountain lion of North America has around 1,000 kilometers. So this is how much they must patrol in their territory to ensure a perfect life and reproduction. And with development, their range is forcefully reduced, thus affecting their lives. So furthermore, due to the habitat loss, there are also many encounters between wild species and the humans. People might also get exposed to poisonous plants and animals, and some dangerous species might get closer to residential regions. So even though the species are only patrolling their range, these encounters might be deadly. So next factor is about the genetic variation loss. So this is some diversity that exists within the species. So genetic variation is it's some kind of diversity that exists between the species. This is the reason why people exist in different complexions, hair, color, height, etc. So due to the genetic variations, people are allowed to adapt to changes. Inbreeding means reproduction with closer family members. Species with inbreeding usually have lower genetic variations due to the lack of introduction of newer genetic information within the groups. However, in such species, diseases are rapidly spread and minimal, or none of them gets resistance to fight them, thus getting endangered or extinct. So the genetic variation loss can occur naturally. So this kind of process can occur naturally. If I take an example here, the example is cheetahs that come under the threatened species of Asia and Africa, and they have lower genetic variation. There is a significant reason why only a few of them are left now, and they are almost on the verge of getting extinct. So human activities also lead to the loss of the genetic variation. So overfishing, overhunting also reduces the population, and thus there are only fewer breeding pairs which are left. So due to the existence of fewer breeding pairs, the genetic variation also shrinks. So this was all about it. These are some of the references. Thank you.